Good morning, everybody. Morning. A big warm welcome to all our media colleagues, our Mi fans, and a special welcome to everybody who is watching us live right now. Thank you so much for taking out time and joining us today. It is innovation for everyone, which means we want to launch really high quality, very innovative products and make them affordable so that everybody can enjoy the technology. Because the product that we're about to launch, I can confidently say that's the most innovative product in the world. So let's see where Xiaomi stands right now. We continue to be one of the top 5 smartphone brands across the world. But what is most amazing is that if you look at these top 5 brands, Xiaomi is the fastest growing brand in the world. September was a great month for us. This was the first ever month when we shipped more than 10 million units in one single month globally. For 2 days, we sold more than 1 million units. Diwali sale, and it took us about 18 days to cross 1 million mark. And this year, we were able to cross 1 million mark in just about 2 days. Based on what we know, Xiaomi is the first ever company in the history of India which has sold 1 million units in just about 2 days. And during these 2 days, thank you. During these 2 days, we were selling about 300 units every single minute. We were the #1 brand across both the partner platforms, Flipkart and Amazon. On Flipkart, Redmi Note 4 was the #1 selling phone. Of course, Redmi Note 4 is also the #1 selling phone in the country. On Amazon, it transparently shows the top selling SKUs. And if you look at the top 8 selling phones on Amazon platform during this period, all 8 were Xiaomi phones. During this period, we got more than 4 crore sessions or visits from more than 1 crore unique visitors. And during this 3-day period, we shipped out more than 4 lakh products from Mi.com. Now, thank you. How are you able to do this without doing any kind of marketing? And my usual answer is we actually do marketing, but very different kind of marketing. Just that we don't spend money on advertising. So for example, for this Diwali with Mi campaign, we launched a new game that was called as the Deer Hunt game on a Mi Store app. And this game was played about 4.5 million times by about 1 million people, and it was shared on social media more than 6 lakh times. And this is what basically drove a huge amount of traffic on Mi.com and our own e-commerce app, which is Mi Store app. App became the #1 trending app on Google Play in the shopping category during this period. And the name Mi Mix came by combining Mi, our logo, and X from Explore. And together it became Mi Mix. And today we are launching Mi Mix 2, which I think will take this game to a very different level.
We're excited to announce our latest and most innovative cutting-edge product to date. It was well received by the media. MKBHD here called it the world's most new, interesting phone, in my opinion. Mi Mix also received many design awards, and most recently, it has even received the IDEA Gold Award, which is one of the most prestigious and rigorous awards in the design industry. In the 37 years of its existence, it has only been given to 12 phones, and only the original iPhone received the Gold Award. So last month, we launched the Mi Mix 2 in Beijing. Here's Philippe Stark, the designer, as well as our CEO, Lei Jun. The event was incredible. Here's a picture of the audience. Actually, if you look really closely, this is Donovan over here staring at his phone, and then I'm over here also staring at my phone. We both actually had Mi Mix 2, so we were trying to hide it from the people who were sitting next to us. And since the launch, Mix 2 has received very positive reviews. Forbes says it's the phone that comes closest to reaching the full screen goal this year. At the opening sale, the first batch of Mi Mix 2 was sold out in 58 seconds. People just couldn't, thank you. Excited to announce that we're bringing this awesome product to India. It's remarkable. Like you're really there. And here it is in the desert. The Mi Mix 2 display is stunning. Get here. Let's take a quick look at the evolution of smartphone displays. Smartphones have more or less looked the same. Equal bezels on the side and top and bottom. And with Mix, you can see we totally shattered this norm. This is the reason why people said Mix was the future of smartphones. It was the first smartphone in years which actually looked different. So when you look at Mi Mix 2, all you see is the display. And we've been at the forefront of pushing full-screen display technology. So how do we do it? How does it work? One is the earpiece, the second is the proximity sensor, and the third is the front camera. So first, let me talk about the earpiece. Using this custom earpiece and the ultrasonic proximity sensor, as well as moving the front camera to the bottom of the phone, which we'll get into a little bit, it's a whopping 41.1% shorter than the chin of the iPhone 8 Plus. And when people look at Mix 2, typically what they see is this beautiful display. So Mix 2 uses a gorgeous 18:9 full-screen display. And last year, we led the charge extending aspect ratio with Mix beyond 16:9. Started thinking about this full-screen display concept. We quickly realized that 16:9 displays just weren't going to cut it. Here's Mix 2 versus the iPhone 8 Plus. It has a bigger display in a smaller body. If you look at the numbers, it's 7% smaller, 4% shorter, and 9% lighter. So the Mix 2 feels better in the hand, but has a much larger screen. And the chin as small as possible. In the middle, the iPhone X uses a notch, which is actually something that we've experimented in the past. And then you see Mix on the far right here. So in our opinion, these are the three directions that all full-screen display phones will take in the future. And in the end, we chose a unique path. Chop off the forehead altogether. And as any developer or publisher knows, the most important, the most valuable space is at the top of your page. So on Mix, we wanted to make full use of it. We showed this last month. This was by a fan. But you know, for the India version, I found this on my desk the other day. I think this is a better way to explain it. Okay, so that's the display. Now let's talk about design. And when designing Mi Mix 2, we wanted to preserve its uniqueness. So we collaborated with a world-class designer who shared this vision. Philippe Starck is one of the most talented industrial designers in the world. Like yachts and beautiful private apartments around the world. But he believes in designing improvements for the largest possible number of people. He creates masterpieces for the masses, and this really resonates with our philosophy of bringing innovation to everyone. And among his impressive portfolio is the first Mi Mix. And he has a bit to say about the Mi Mix 2. As I mentioned, the 18:9 display is at the center of the Mix 2 industrial design. It uses a super slim, rounded aerospace-grade aluminum alloy frame. And the matte finish is light, firm, and resistant to corrosion. How do we make it? On the left here, you have an untouched piece of ceramic, and on the right is the finished product. So let's go through the process of going from raw ceramic to the finished product. The first thing that happens is each piece undergoes 1,400 degrees of heat sealing. This is about equal to 110 Mercedes-Benz S-Class in weight. After this process, we precisely machine each piece using silicon carbide-coated blades. And the ceramic is so strong and so hard that these blades have to be replaced after just 30 uses. So we have three things here. We have a coin, keys, and a pocket knife. The first one is the coin. As you can expect, nothing here. Keys. Still nothing. You can see the phone's kind of being depressed a little bit. Now the pocket knife. Again, nothing. So if we shine it up a little bit, no scratches. Mi Mix 2 is powered by the latest Snapdragon 835 processor. This is our first 10nm FinFET phone in India. And this processor is smaller than a coin and has more than 3 billion transistors. And Mi Mix 2 ranks amongst the world's fastest smartphone, and it's the fastest Mi phone that we've ever launched in India. Compared to 14nm FinFET, it's about 40% more power efficient, making better use of the high performance. And the Adreno 540 GPU improves graphics performance by over 25% and supports the cutting-edge Vulkan Graphics API. All of this is backed by a blisteringly fast 6 GB of LPDDR4X RAM. And with 128 GB of internal storage, you'll have more than enough space for your favorite games, videos, and pictures. Performance is top of the line in Mix 2. And the Qualcomm Snapdragon 835 brings its great performance and Adreno 540 GPU with 27% better performance and 40% improved battery efficiency. And of course, you have 6 GB of RAM and 128 GB of built-in storage. So now, let's talk about the camera. Your camera sensor is a Sony IMX386. This is a 12-megapixel sensor that delivers amazing quality using large 1.25 micron pixels. And it shows a good balance between the exposures of both sides. So, morning water on a lake can create beautiful effects. But capturing a perfect reflection is harder than it sounds, because any wind at all will cause ripples and blurs in the water. And if you don't have 4-axis OIS or any stabilization, you lose focus on any of these ripples. So here you can see that they're sharp and in focus. So how does this stack up against the competition? The iPhone X sold here in India supports 38 bands, the Galaxy S8 30, and the Mi Mix 2 43 bands. In fact, as far as we're aware, Mi Mix 2 has more bands than any smartphone in the world. And it's actually very difficult to cram all of these bands into a device that's this compact. So after hearing about all these amazing features, I'm sure you want to know the price. With top-tier design and specs. So comparable devices which have less RAM and storage cost from about 60,000 to 90,000 rupees. Mi Mix 2 features a 5.99-inch screen with the curved ceramic body, more bands, more RAM, and storage than these models here. And it's going to be available at just pretty incredible, right?